Welcome to the ESU Coaches Show. I'm Chuck Seese from Bigfoot Country 103.1 FM. We've got another great lineup tonight. We are at Sarah Street Grill on Sarah Street in Stroudsburg, and I'm here with Kristy Connolly, the general manager. Kristy, thanks so much for hosting us tonight.
Yeah, of course. We're glad to have you here.
Sarah Street has been in business now for 27 years. Tell us about your history here with Sarah Street.
Okay. Yes, 27 years. I've been here for 22 of them. Somehow they survived for 5 years without me. I started here. I was a student at ESU and started working here. And when I graduated, Dave, the owner, my boss, just coaxed me into staying. So here I am now, general manager.
We'd like to say thanks to Dave LaPointe, too. He's a big supporter of East Stroudsburg University Athletics. We are sitting on what's known as the main music stage here at Sarah Street Grill for years and years. There was a lineup of musicians that would come in. Sunday night live music. Nowhere else in the Poconos could you find it, but here at Sarah Street Grill. Obviously the pandemic happened. That has changed things, but I'm told that you're bringing music back, live music, back to Sarah Street.
Yes, that's the plan. Yeah, we're slowly, obviously the pandemic was very, there was a lot of hurdles and hoops that we had to jump through getting through that. So we're just trying to get back to some of the things that we're known for. Music is top on the list. So we're going to start October 16th to Sunday evening. We have the Pocono Duo playing. They played our stage on Sunday nights for years. So we thought it would be appropriate to have them kick it off. And then we're going to be booking Sundays to start. And hopefully it goes well. We'll work out the kinks. We lost our sound guy. So, you know, we're trying to replace him. And then we hope to book more days as we move forward.
I was telling Kristy, we used to have a collection of CDs from all the groups and bands that used to come and artists that would perform here at Sarah Street Grill. It was so many. I mean, we used to had 50 different discs of artists that came in. So they're very supportive of the local music scene and the local art scene. So make sure you come out. The date again in October?
October 16th.
All right.
8:30.
8:30 Sunday night live music here at the Sarah Street Grill. We've got lots to do tonight on the Warrior Coaches Show. Dr. Alan Snook, the athletic director at ESU, is going to join us. We're going to be joined by line coach Mike Santella of the East Stroudsburg University Warrior coaching staff. And we're also going to talk to a couple of players, too, from the ESU Warrior football team. The Warriors are on the road this Saturday taking on Seton Hill with a live kickoff at noon. We'll have live coverage on Bigfoot Country 103.1 at 11:30. So stick around with us. More to come from the Warrior Coaches Show here at Sarah Street Grill. We'll be back right after this. We're back on the ESU Warrior Coaches Show. I'm Chuck Seese. We're coming to you live from Sarah Street Grill tonight. Before we get our next guest introduced here on camera, we want to let you know that the ESU College of Business Management is having a golf outing coming up. It's going to be at Skytop on Monday, September 26th. You can check out more at the ESU Foundation webpage. It is my pleasure to introduce longtime East Stroudsburg University offensive line coach Mike Santella, who you would have to consider to be a football lifer. I mean, you are 25 plus years of coaching for sure.
30.
Really?
Yeah.
Going on 30.
Yes,
and tell me how you first started, got involved in football as a player. What drew you to the sport?
Yeah, I was a player in high school at Freedom High School in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and I was real lucky. I knew I wanted to be a coach real early in age. I went to school to be a phys ed teacher, but I knew I wanted to be either a college coach or a high school coach. Coached a few years of high school, and I wanted to dip my toes in the college water, and I came to East Stroudsburg, and Coach Dowds gave me a great opportunity to come on here as a student assistant, and it took off from there. I got bit by the coaching bug, and 30 years later, I'm still doing it, and it's my privilege to do it every day, and it's a lot of fun.
I know you're privileged to have a great connection with an ESU alum by the name of James Franklin. You guys talk almost every day. What's that relationship been like? And tell us how that relationship started.
Yeah, we met when I was in college. We were both students here, and you ever meet somebody and you just instantly hit it off? You know, we were like peanut butter and jelly, and we both liked football. I was coaching high school. He was playing football, so we would talk about schemes and X's and O's every night at home. He would talk about routes he liked to throw, and I would talk about protections, and we've just been friends for the last 30 years. We talk almost every single day. I was in his wedding. Every time he comes to town, we're going to come to Sarah Street for a nice meal and watch some football. But yeah, we've been best friends ever since, and talk almost every single day. I know they have a big game this weekend down in Alabama, playing Auburn, so we're excited about them, and hopefully we can both bring one home.
That's right. We'll be checking on that game after our game on Saturday at Seton Hill. So as an offensive line coach, in my mind, I mean, broadcasting football for as many years as I have, the intricacies of blocking and the intricacies of trying to figure out what the defense is going to do. We're always told that the offense, as far as the skill position players, have the advantage because they know the routes they're running. Is it the same thing with the offensive line? Do you have to stay true to your scheme, or do you have to develop different packages against the different defensive fronts that you see?
It's a little bit of both, to be honest with you. Number one, you're going to prepare with all the knowledge you have on the video. You're going to make educated guesses on what they're going to play, but at the end of the day, they have to play us. So we're going to try and run our schemes versus any look they give, and we're going to practice versus the looks we think they're going to give. But at the end of the day, come Saturday at noon, we're going to have to be reactive to what they do, but they have to stop us too. So we're going to be fundamentally sound. We're going to do what we think they're going to do, but at the end of the day, it's the fundamentals that are going to win the game. So it's a little bit of both. We're going to study film, but we're going to be reactive as well.
Mike Santella is the ESU offensive line coach here at East Stroudsburg University. What's the toughest thing to coach a player?
Well, we really have to break them down when they come here because offensive line is such a unique position. You're going to talk to a couple guys tonight. One of them was a wide receiver in high school, and running a route is running a route. But there's so much technique with offensive line play that we really have to break them down when they get here and teach them our way of doing it. So you really have to teach them pass protection. Most guys don't understand pass protection coming from high school. So you have to break down the intricacies of a pass set and a kick slide. And it's like learning movements that you've never done before. So I would say pass protection is the most challenging thing we do. Everybody wants to run block. If you ask an offensive lineman what they want to do, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. But at East Stroudsburg, we have a rich tradition of throwing it, so we better be able to protect the passer. And there's so much technique in that we work every single day on the fundamentals.
We're going to step off the field for just a second of football anyway. Lifelong Yankees fan. How does that happen?
Well, I grew up outside the Bronx, about 25 minutes away from Yankee Stadium, so I kind of inherited being a Yankee fan from my parents. But it's a great way to relax for me. I'll come to Sarah Street Grill on an evening, and when we're not coaching or we're getting done with a practice, and watch the Yankees on TV. It's a way for me to get away from football. We get very, very little time, Chuck, as you know. We're either recruiting or working camps or working with our guys. The little time that I get, I like to catch a few innings of the Yankees, and it gets my mind away from football for a couple hours every night.
Okay. One last thing for me. Play true or false with me. Sure. True or false? You have more than one nickname.
Definitely true. I have
How many
nicknames.
can you share with us?
Well, it's a very unique situation. Depending on what you call me, I know what era in my life that I know you from. Okay. So it's kind of easy. People who know me at East Stroudsburg, it's Iron Mike. So if you call me Iron, I know you from East Stroudsburg University. Everybody else in the world calls me Mickey, believe it or not, really? Which you wouldn't know either. No. But anywhere outside of East Stroudsburg, they call me Mickey. If I went to school with you at East Stroudsburg, they call me Money Mike. And then if it's my family, they call me Michael. So I truly have a bunch of nicknames, but I can tell how you know me by what you address me as.
Hey, I'm just pleased to have you sitting next to me for a couple of minutes during football season, really.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on the ESU Coaches Show.
My pleasure.
Iron Mike Santella here with us at Sarah Street Grill. We're going to step out and take a break. We got more to come from Sarah Street, so keep with us. Stay right here on ESUWarriors.com. Welcome back to Sarah Street Grill. It's the ESU Warriors Coaches Show, week number 2. I'm Chuck Seese. We've got a couple of ESU Warrior players to join us here at Sarah Street Grill. I'm joined by wide receiver Ezekiel Lopez. They call him Esky. We're going to talk about how he has developed in his career here at East Stroudsburg University. And a man that patrols the secondary is Tyler Watson. Thanks, guys, for being here. I'm going to start with you, Ezekiel. Esky, you suffered an injury last year. You're not the first guy that we've talked to. We had Isaiah Regal last week and Devontae Robinson on. Injuries are such a tough part of the game. When it happened to you and you knew you were going to lose the remainder of your season, talk about your mindset and how you decided that you were definitely going to come back for this final year.
Oh, yeah, I was hurt. I was definitely hurt when that happened. I had big plans for last season, and I worked so hard to get where I was at academically. And when that happened, it kind of just turned me down. I was depressed for a little bit. But then I flipped the switch and was like, I just got to start rehabbing and get ready for the next season.
Coaches call you a really good route runner. Is that something that you're a route runner? Tell me about how that has developed in your career.
Yeah, that's something that I always worked on because I was never the biggest guy, so I try to use my quickness and my speed to get around defenders, and that's what I pride myself on most is my route runner.
And do you have a special technique? Do you have a special set of drills, or is there something that you work on all the time to keep fresh like that?
I do. I just run routes. I just keep practicing running my routes all summer and just try and perfect them. That's all.
Talk about coming back from the injury. What was the most difficult part about being away from the team?
Yeah, that being away from the team was difficult, but also just coming back and feeling my ankle out and like having thoughts about re-injuring it and stuff like that. It's just a mental part of it that I had to overcome. But once I got on the field during camp and I felt that everything was good, and I knew I was 100%, I was ready to go.
Esky, like me, is Philly boy, so I'm going to ask you: cheesesteak or soft pretzel? Which is your go-to?
I'm going cheesesteak every time. Cheesesteak every time.
I hear that. Thanks for the time. I'm going to turn over here to Ty Watson right now. Ty, talk about how you've developed. I mean, both you and Esky have been players on the ESU football team, played in your redshirt freshman year. Each of you played 11 games in your redshirt freshman year, so you really got baptized by fire early here at East Stroudsburg University. Tell me how your career has developed.
Yeah, like you said, I was kind of thrown into the fire, but I picked it up fast from teammates and learning from the guys above me, like Billy Inge, who now coaches me. So, I mean, it was always great. So now I have guys to look after, stuff like that. So it's awesome.
What's it like, going from being a two-way player in high school to, finding what the specialty you're going to, have? If the coaches come in and say you're going to be a DB, a D back, now you've got, or a safety, now you've got to, shift your focus a little bit. Talk about that.
I would say, like, I do miss playing both sides. I miss playing offense, but just playing one side of the ball, you can just focus on what you got to do every play, focus on what the offense does, what the other team does. So kind of like focuses on one spot, so it's easier on you mentally.
Do you ever try to hide in the wide receiver group and go out and run a route like Zeke?
I do sometimes. I be trying to get in the 2-point play sometimes.
All right, I'm going to ask you a couple of favorites. What's your favorite athlete?
Favorite athlete ever?
Yeah. Who's the one guy that you would have had the poster up in your bedroom?
Oh, Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor. Why?
I just liked how he played football. I liked how he went and like impacted the game and stuff like that. How he focused on the game, how he watched film, stuff like that. So I thought that was awesome.
What's your favorite movie?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. All right. Go for the money, right? Yeah. Who's your favorite musical artist?
I would say Future.
Future.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope that your future is bright, Tyler. Thank you so much for joining us here today on the ESU Warrior Coaches Show. Ezekiel Lopez, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ty Watson, thank you so much. We're going to take a break. We got more to come from Sarah Street Grill on the Warrior Coaches Show tonight. Stay with us. Welcome back to the ESU Warrior Coaches Show. I'm Chuck Seese from Bigfoot Country 103.1. Just a reminder, ESU playing Seton Hill on Saturday. We'll have live coverage at 11:30. The kickoff is at noon on Bigfoot Country 103.1. I'm joined by ESU Athletic Director Dr. Alan Snook. Welcome to the Warrior Coaches Show, Dr. Snook.
I appreciate it.
A busy guy at ESU, getting used to what it's like on campus at East Stroudsburg University. But one big event that just took place was the relentless Be the Match bone marrow donor drive, and I know that that's something that you've been involved in personally, but that was before you came to East Stroudsburg University. Now, I talked to Coach Jimmy Terwilliger this morning. The output, the outreach was fantastic, and over 450 people, is that right, got added to the registry?
454 were added to the registry, and we still have envelopes coming in from our text message campaign as well.
Tell us about that. How does that work? People can still choose to sign up and register?
Yeah, so there's a QR code if you go to our website. You just honestly text in ESU Saves Lives. What Be The Match does is they send you an envelope, a prepaid envelope with a swab. You fill out the information, send it back in, and they place you on the registry.
Now, Jimmy also told me today that the model that is being used here at ESU is now being, brought to other campuses. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's great. I was on the phone with Beth Karen, who's the regional director for us, and she said because of the success at ESU for the past 2 years, she's now using that as a model for other institutions across the country.
That's just fantastic, and to know that it's really helping save people's lives, it just makes it all that much more powerful. A lot of student athletes are involved in this drive, the basketball team, the lacrosse team, the football team. Why is it important for student athletes to be engaged in community events like that?
Yeah, sure. So out of our entire athletic department, we had 21 teams participating. So for us, anytime we can help the community, athletics on any campus, those individuals are looked at as campus leaders. So when they're in the classroom, when they're in the community, other students are looking up to them. Little kids come into our camps and clinics. So for us to be at the forefront of that, that's just kind of athletics in general, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing.
We've seen a lot of growth in the athletic programs under your predecessor, Dr. Gary Gray, and I know that one of the things that is on the docket is the Jerry Sheska Soccer Stadium campaign. Tell us about how that's going and where that's going to be on campus.
Sure. The Sheska Soccer Stadium, it was pre-pandemic. They had originally launched the program, but we are relaunching that. It'll be coming out. Our first large meeting with, we have over 900 virtual invitees to that meeting, is going to be September 27th. The stadium will have a 500 capacity seating for our fans and families. It'll be located right next to Eiler Martin Stadium. So it's going to be a phenomenal project. Coach Sheska, he is a very humble individual, but he's been really excited about it. And even our soccer alums, I've had multiple meetings and conversations, phone calls. They're really excited to be able to honor their legendary coach. And for him, it's not really about him. It's about kind of moving forward the program and giving his all of his players kind of that recognition over the years.
It's a great legacy for the Warriors soccer program. The fact that we may have had Bobby Rigby as a player, but to have Jerry Sheska as a coach and win all the conference championships that he did for ESU, it certainly is a well-deserved honor.
Yeah, and he was on campus this past Saturday. All of our soccer games, we have honorary coaches. So him and one of his former players were there, and they came out with a nice win. So it was good to see him back on the sideline again.
If you're under 35, Google Bobby Rigby. You'll understand he was a heck of a goalkeeper. He was a professional soccer player too, and he came to ESU. Well, Dr. Snook, thank you so much for a couple of minutes of your time. I know it's a busy time of year with fall sports, winter sports are starting to transition into their season. We've got Midnight Madness coming up in about a month.
That's right. All 22 of our teams are physically active right now, so a lot of activity going on campus. Honestly, it's a great time of year for us. Look forward to 3 great seasons.
We hope to talk to you again real soon here on the Warrior Coaches Show.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Always good seeing you.
Thanks, Dr. Snook. That's it for the ESU Warrior Coaches Show tonight. Just a reminder, ESU Warrior football again on Saturday as the Warriors take on Seton Hill. The Griffins, the kickoff time is at noon. We'll have it live for you at 11:30 a.m. on Bigfoot Country 103.1. I'm told that next week we'll be at Rudy's Tavern in East Stroudsburg, so come back and join us for the Warrior Coaches Show next week. Thanks and have a great night, everybody.
One, two, three, smile. Okay, this is for your grandmother. You better smile. All right, here we go.